Good morning. There we go. It's Friday. It's overcast. It's the freaking weekend. And baby, I'm ready to have me some fun. Ugh. Ellen found an old picture of me, and man, you know, the height of your weight. You don't realize, but man, it was very noticeable. It's weird though, because I feel like almost exactly the same as I do now, except I have way more energy now. But like my body dysmorphia, I feel like I'm the exact same weight. I just feel fat as hell. And my weight's been fluctuating. But it is not the fault of working out. I have to stay the course. I know that if I just keep working out, we'll get there. The diet will naturally follow. Because then I'll really fall down a rabbit hole of stress eating even more. And then I won't be doing this. So I'll be like thousands of calories a week that I don't have in my budget. So then the weight will really start to surge on, which I think is what happened. You know, when I wasn't working out and I wasn't.
Bulkbogan official said, "Hey Jason."
Hey, what's up, Bulk? Good morning, good morning. And man, once you break a routine, it is hard to just start it back up again. So far, week one, though, it's been pretty comfortable, you know? I can go to bed
Just
at a reasonable hour.
I'll be on the week-long work trip next week, won't be on the streams.
Oh, fun. Where are you going? Yeah, thank you for the heads up. So I didn't
Secret.
think. Oh, secret. Okay. An underground base, hundreds of miles under the Earth's surface. We'll have fun. Yeah. I'm going up north this weekend. I don't think I'm going to go tonight. Because then I get there at night. There's not really anything to do.
_seeker said, he's pumping again.
He's pumping again. Good morning, Mr. Seeker.
Bulkbogan official said, "Pumping de muscles."
This first couple weeks back, it has all just been cardio. I want to get the weights back into it. I don't know. I guess my motivation for getting ripped as hell, I don't know. I might regret it.
_seeker said, "What about food?"
Oh yeah, food I definitely need to get under control again. I cracked.
Bulkbogan official
Yesterday I got fast food.
You know, kinda crazy, I made this account as a novelty real Bulkbogan account and now it's my main.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's fun. It's weird how things work out. I forget what my original Twitch name was. It wasn't AiPD. But when I wanted to stream, I was like, I gotta find something that's short and easy to remember.
MR_Seeker said, at Bulkbogan official I am Seeker since 2008 I think.
Yeah, I should be able to find like an email, right? You think Twitch would have sent me, hey, this is your username. I think it was probably Trunky Brewster or something. And then I think I streamed one time.
2012 for
Oh,
sure.
you know what? It might have been just Chunk. I think I was probably in early enough. I think I streamed myself playing Downwell. That had like just come out. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll day one play Downwell on stream. And this is why you should do things you want to do, because I did that. I had so much stuff in my head, but I couldn't split focus. I just sat there in silence, and nobody was watching, but I was like, I can't play and think at the same time. It was such a skill I feel like you have to develop. I'm still not good at it. But and my like default face, I look just like pissed off. I like to keep the stream around though. I like to keep records of things, like even though it's like super cringy and embarrassing to watch, it is a good historical thing for me. I love to see progress. And then I never streamed again after that until the idea for AiPD came along. And that was some early, I think our first stream, I did a test stream, and it was when the AI Dungeon 2 was still a Google
I do
Notebook.
love to stream my new site. Bulkbogan official said, ironically went through my first DeviantArt account.
Oh, there you go. That's pretty fun. DeviantArt is all AI right now. It's kind of sad. It's just like everything innocent is just becoming flooded. What's up, Autocratus? Good morning. AI is really flooding up all these, which is kind of good because now we're like hidden in the content, right? Unless AI is going to be able to figure out how to detect what's AI and not. I'm sure there'll be like, markers in the files. But I feel like now with like training data.
Said, good quality survives.
Yeah, that's true. Cream rises to the top. And I guess, like TikTok's moments and stuff, like that's always been a thing because like businesses wanted their weird commercials. So now it's just switched to TikTok content, shorter, less eyeballs, but you gotta be more catchy.
Quantity, and quantity hurts AI.
Yeah, I'm very curious about the second wave. What is going to happen when AI needs
saw a short YouTube documentary
to train
on Pixel, the company that made early 2000s rap album art. And they still had the PSTS.
Oh, okay.
MR_seeker said, especially now they require AI to poison themselves.
Oh my God. And early internet days where like if multiple people worked on one file, like source control wasn't a thing. Like you basically just had to lockstep
Volkswagen
wait.
official said, and their style is crazy. I'll post my favorite one in the art.
Subversion is like an old thing, but it makes you check out a file so nobody else can check it out. So if you're actively working on something, somebody can't like overwrite your changes. Or Flash, you know, if you were working on an animation with a bunch of people, like you had to lockstep and key that.
Source control was a thing.
It was
You
a
simply had
binary
to prevent
file.
people to work on the same thing.
Yeah. And I guess that's still a thing for like, you know, PSDs are still like that. But I feel like there's better, like DaVinci Resolve, there's better like collaborative tools within the products themselves.
I still remember the guy who manually gave out all the changes I needed to implement.
Oh my God, you know, here's a list. Here's a 1,000-step tutorial to get my work into your thing. Yeah, I remember. And hands off. I did my job. There's still good things. Like, I'm glad Newgrounds hasn't been an overrun. And I'm glad Newgrounds still...
Volkswagen official said, my artistic
is
ass
a
can't
thing.
bother keeping all the interim versions of my projects.
Oh yeah, V1, V1 final, V1 final updated one.
MR_seeker said, yeah, and that had to manually be inserted into other versions.
Woo! Oh man. How did we live? I love supporting Newgrounds because, you know, the front page is always handpicked. You know, they have Takeover Tuesdays where people can vote, and it's usually for some reason porn makes it in every Tuesday, but you know, whatever. But the regular front page, you know, Tom Fulp and who knows who else, just manually. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Nowadays,
that was pretty talented.
Everything I have is made by code.
It's a good mix of
even
fun
the documentation.
And it's mostly funny stuff. But there's some stuff that's like, wow, this was some college kid's art project or somebody's been working on it for a long time, and that's like just really well done. There's a guy who did like a stop motion thing, and he's like, I've been working on this for the past 3 years. And I was like, wow, that's pretty good. That is a crazy amount of effort. Yeah, having documentation be part of your code and then auto-generated from that, like Swagger docs, just makes sense. You're not going to go back unless you have a team of 1,000. Unless you're working at a Google and you have a documentation team, it ain't never going to happen. You got to stay on top of it, or it's going to get horribly out of date. I wonder how efficient Google is with their documentation.
A for effort, F for execution.
Yeah. Like, I keep telling myself it's just a huge team, but is it? Maybe it is just a lean and team, and they're just pretty, I guess every product has different sets of documentation. I don't know. I like to reverse engineer things sometimes. How did you guys do this? because Google does it very well. Google, some of their products, they do better than others, but like Android is the one I go to first. They make so many changes to the Android SDK, and they keep that docs up to date so well. The problem is if you get stuck using an old thing that they don't really update anymore, and then they kind of silently kill it. That's a little bit of a problem, but for the most part, if it's like widely adopted and it's still used, they are all over it with the tutorials and how to and why reasoning. Why would you switch to? I'm bad. There's like stages of learning, right? And I think to have good documentation, like 4 or 5 is like mastery, where it's like learning a language. You can't teach it because you're so like you don't know all the steps, because you're like, oh yeah, it's just like draw an owl. You know, you lay out the owl and then you draw the owl. But there's like a stage 3 where you're still like learning, and it's like everything is, you could see the future. I don't know. There was a weird blog I read about it. And I go, that makes sense, but finding people to stay in that sweet spot where it's like, I'm not a master of it, so I can understand it enough to teach others. It was interesting read because I felt like it explained why I was like such a bad teacher. I'm always trying to be like a better mentor and stuff, and like pass on. I don't want everything to be in my head. It just helps everyone to knowledge share. But I'm really bad at it. So I was like, why am I so bad at it? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm trying to skip all the steps. So like, if I was doing this for the first time, I really try to think about it. You know, I try as I might to document all the steps of setting something up. But then, you know what happens every time is I get to setting something up, and then I run into a problem, and like, it might take me a week to find out a solution. I try 100 different things, and then I don't remember what the thing is that worked. Like, it just started working, and I kind of had no idea why. And I'm like, well, I'm way behind on stuff now, so I just got to keep moving forward. Maybe one day I'll try it. Nope, I never figure it out. I never go back and figure it out. Maybe in the much distant future when we like hire a new person, or I'll try to go back and figure it out and update the docs. Everything's so hard. I wonder that with woodworking too. I wonder how many skills we've already lost to time and how many we're going to lose in the near future. Like, because a lot of the experts, a lot of the teachers of these niche techniques, they're pretty old. Like, if they're not retiring already, they're about to retire. I don't know. I guess we got things like Norm Abrams, New Yankee Workshop, and This Old House. All those guys are old too. Damn. What is the next generation going to be? I don't know. Is there going to be a rise in skilled trade stuff, or I thought so. That's why I went for it when I took my sabbatical here to go do carpentry stuff. God, I don't know anymore. It's even more fuzzy.
Volkswagen official said, Gen Alpha doesn't have the patience to become a jewelry makers.
I think certain people do. As long as they can make some content out of it. Like there's that stuff made every day guy. That guy puts immense amounts of effort into his videos. And he's kind of a younger guy. If I can't make a Twitch channel out of it, I was one of the guys I would watch for a little bit. It was just kind of interesting to see. I love people doing weird niche art things. Like there's one guy, he's just like an old white guy doing old Japanese print, like an old technique. And that's just all he does. He makes these prints and he sells them in his shop, and I think he's in Tokyo or something. And there's a guy who like hand etches with like a little microscope. He etches like these elaborate scenes on coins. I think quarters is his main thing. And it's like, how do you find out you like to do this? Who taught that guy? I'm a hands-on learner. If someone doesn't, I guess I'm always going to be behind on the real crazy shit. I've been accumulating furniture. My garage is full of woodworking projects now.
Speaking of niche art things, there's this dude on public access TVs that does art while running on treadmills and cycling.
Okay. That's right up my alley. I gotta watch that. I gotta up my game on the
and screaming
on the cycling.
It's all gonna be okay.
Okay. Interesting. I might have seen a clip of this. I think someone has shared this before now. It's all coming back to me. That is an energy level I don't have. But yeah, it's entertaining to watch, but a little bit troubling to watch. I'm like, is this guy okay? I feel like people that are okay don't have to say it as much. If you find the name of the guy, drop it in the chat. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Maybe get some inspiration.
Let's Paint TV. He now also does YouTube streams.
Okay, great, great. I've never painted before ever. But I really do want to add something to this. I kind of like, it's like, this is like just like a mass market paint, but it is actual paint on the thing. It's not a print. So I guess I don't feel too bad destroying it with my beginner art. But I am too in my head about what would I paint in that scene to be funny. And maybe I just got to do it. And then also you're like, well, I don't want to waste my first idea. You know, I want to save it for a good one. Then I feel like I'm never going to touch it. So I feel like I have to make whatever the first thing I ever paint is, I have to put it somewhere in this scene. And maybe I'll just keep adding shit to this to where there's no original paint left on the... We'll see. We'll see. It's also expensive, but my sister-in-law has all the paints and stuff, so I feel like we could do like an art day or something. And I've seen her sketch out and draw stuff, and like she does watercolors and stuff. And she could do it in an evening when we're all hanging out. And she's just talking and drawing and coloring. So I feel like it's feasible. I just got to keep the idea simple enough. Just a little blob guy with a funny face screaming in this perfectly serene scene. Nothing like something extremely unnatural in a beautiful nature scene. Hey, what's up, Luna? Good morning. Good to see you. My 23.5-hour shift. I use walks to keep myself in shape. Okay, there you go. Walks are really good. Walks are actually better than running because the difference between walking and running is just like, it's not worth it calorie difference wise to go that high intensity. And it's just way too hard on your knees. So walking is like one of the best things you can. Walking and swimming, I heard, are the two best things. I do it in heels for a challenge. Okay. You're either going to roll your ankle one day or you're going to have the strongest ankles on the planet. Maybe I need to start wearing heels. My balance is really bad. My balance is much better, though. I would say. I look back at some of my old videos where I was doing my sumo stomps. Maybe it's because I weigh less now, but I don't know. Maybe it's also stretching it out. Who knows? I don't know what you do for better balance. I gotta constantly remind myself to roll my shoulders back. I got the tech neck. So I got the... Looks like I'm constantly leaning forward. I always gotta remind myself. Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh no, after checking out the weird artist, YouTube gives me all the crazy people in recommendations.
Uh-oh, your algorithm is ruined now. It's people doing art on the toilet. It's people doing art in the middle of Taco Bell. People attacking society with their art. You know, sometimes it's kind of like when I fantasized about
crazy dead squirrel lady.
What is it? Taxidermy, where she taxidermies squirrels into different things. I was gonna say, Luna, I have dreamed about being on the police force just to stay in shape. I'm like, I don't think I could handle any other part of being in the police, though. why would you pack their sneakers? I guess that's good gym
No,
etiquette.
there's a
You
lady
don't want to
on
get them
Reddit that
dirty
had
and
tons
then
of pet wild
truck them
animals
all
like
around.
squirrels and possums.
Oh, interesting. Maybe I haven't seen this. I saw the old guy who fed raccoons a bunch of hot dogs, and they all just swarm him. And he goes, oh! But I have not seen Crazy Squirrel Lady.
One of them died and now she thinks that that dead squirrel could tell future.
Okay. Well, good for her. You know, if that makes you happy, sometimes you just look at someone and you go, how, what, why? But at the
It's
same
bordering
time,
on sad
if they're
and
doing
fascinating.
something that insane, it's the thing that's making them happy. Like, I mean, I hope it's making them happy. I hope she's not just burdened by this cloud of squirrels she's accumulated. She's like, I wish I was just feeding mine, but they just keep showing up. Being held hostage by a group of animals that depend on you for their food source. That's a movie idea. Thank you, Luna. I know it's not the best to just be doing cardio, but you know, it's our first weeks back. We're trying to ease into it. I've tried to do some moderate intensity stuff just to stay on top of things. I put on 20 pounds. It's great for the core. Yeah, thank you. I gotta start doing more calisthenics. I got all the weights down here. I got a squat rack and a heavy bag. I really gotta start varying up my workout or it's gonna get really boring. But for right now, I'm where I need to be. I'm doing it. Working out before work. I'm doing more walks. I'm really trying to stay conscious. I do it on the stairs at my complex. That's great too, yeah. I have to go up and down a bunch of stairs for my parking garage and my work. I always take the stairs. I feel like it's good. Sometimes I'll do an extra set. I'll go up and down a couple times just to get some extra. I want to get to planking again. I like doing a plank at the end of the stream. I want to get to a 4-minute plank. I think my personal record is like 2 minutes and 40 seconds. That's like my all-time. So I definitely can get to 3. If I get to 4, I feel like that's absolute nutso butso. And another thing, the thing I always feared the most at the gym, pull-ups. I would love to be able to do an unassisted pull-up before I step a foot in the grave.
My grandpa planked for 3 hours. Only after that we realized he passed.
That is pretty good bulk Logan. They're like, damn, Grandpa has dominated the plank competition. Oh, yeah. I live on a single floor house. And even with that and a basement, I have a bathroom on each floor. I can't do the waddle upstairs. So I feel like out of pure necessity, I needed. That happens at my work too. Like we share a floor with a bunch of companies, but for some reason, each floor you know, the men's room only has one stall. So sometimes it's troubling. It's like, oh my God, am I going to be shitting my pants at work? It's only happened a few times where I've even had that thought remotely enter my head. But then usually someone finishes up. But I'm like, if someone's trying to like just play on their phone in the bathroom, it could have gone sideways pretty quickly. That's like a low stakes horror film. You just keep running to different bathrooms and they're all occupied. Okay. Very interesting, Luna. I need some better fitting. I've been going and trying to get better fitting. I'm a large now. I can wear large. This is a 3X. This looks ridiculous. This looks like I'm wearing my dad's shirt. Like I'm a toddler. I gotta get some better fitting clothes. I gotta hit up a Salvation Army and accumulate stuff. I'm looking for comfortable, breathable. Like I like those Carhartt shirts. I don't know what they're made of, but they're very breathable. I don't know what that means. I sometimes bring a jacket out mostly to hide. Yeah, I'll totally get it. Going to the gym as a woman must be terrifying. Yeah. As a guy, you get total silence. No one even remotely bothers you unless they were like, hey, how long you got on that machine? That's all you get. That is the most amount of conversation you'll get as a dude at the gym. I used to work out at the YMCA Detroit. And anytime a lady came in, you get the big gym guys going, I gotta give you advice. And it's like, leave her alone, dude. She's clearly figuring it out. You can give me advice. I've been coming for years. You've given me zero advice.
So I'll wait till 1930s come around. Widow peaks, 3-piece suits and sloking indoors.
That would be funny. Gyms become like smoking dens in terms of attire. Everyone's got curly mustaches and we're all working the speed bag. Why is that? I don't know. Yeah, is it just because it's like different and we've forgotten it already? Everyone's always just trying to do something new, but nothing's new anymore. So we're just repeating the cycle. Like my kids are going to be in 90s clothes. I prefer bros who work out from home. Hey, there you go.
Honestly, I'm already preparing my midlife crisis attire.
Oh, okay. What is, so you're thinking 1920s stuff, Bulk Bogan? That'd be pretty cool. Get some good suspenders, a long pocket watch on the chain. Indubitably. Yeah, I travel pretty light. Phone, wallet, keys. I would love to not have a phone. Or a dumb phone. But I feel like, I don't know. If you don't answer your phone or something for a day, people start like calling 911 and missing persons, putting you on a list. But honestly, most of the calls
Bomber
I get right
jacket,
now are
an
spam
Australian
anyway.
hat with that brim that goes up on one side and a huge suitcase.
Okay, all right. I would just instantly think you're a billionaire, Bolt. I would be like, that guy's important, and clearly, he's got something. He's got the future of the
Not
world
sure
in
what's
that
the most
briefcase, and then you
horror-filled
open it
pants
up and
option.
it just slices of pizza. Something. I feel like it's got to be something with suspenders. What goes with a bomber jacket? I don't know. I gotta wake up Ellen. She's the fashion guru. She would know. She would have some idea. I have corduroy pants, but I never wear them because I feel like they're just so uncomfortable. It's like just touching corduroy is like that. It gives you that, like, I don't know, like nails on a chalkboard sensation. It's just like, I don't like it. I don't know why these exist. All right, here we go. Stretch it out and then get ready for the day. Okay. Dang, there you go. Heck yeah. I have a Bronco, but I really want to get like a truck because it's kind of a pain in the ass. You know, I got uh, a sheet of plywood one time and it couldn't fit in the back of my Bronco so easily. So I'm like, I guess I have to upgrade to a truck. I have to spend a bajillion dollars on getting a big ass truck where I'm only maybe going to transport one more sheet of plywood in my life. But I'm like, maybe I'll just get a trailer or something. And that will completely satiate my need for transport and stuff. Yeah, I love doing woodworking projects because now my truck smells like wood all the time. So it's kind of worth it, to be honest. Oh, man. Or the one time you're like, oh, dirt road begins. It's like, and you're like, wish I had a truck right now. This is destroying my suspension of a car that was barely made to go on off road, much less a dirt road. Oh yeah, you know why? You know why so many people use this school buses is they're built like tanks. Like the level of fabrication you have to do to make a school bus safe for children, like a 3-story home. It's like a shipping container. That's pretty awesome. I love seeing those school bus converts. But man, so much work. You got to do a lot of, angle grinding shit off, and it's almost just like, what am I getting? I guess you're getting a exterior frame instantly, so I have somewhere to sleep and eat while I'm working on the rest of my house. But man, that's gonna be tough. I want to do that at point. I want to build my own structure, even if it's just like a shed or something. I would love to like buy a piece of property and then just start building something. And you know what? With like a school bus house, you don't have to worry about foundation or concrete work. You could just like start welding and screwing stuff in and cutting metal. And that's pretty cool. There you go. You're not, I hate to break it to you, Luna. You're never not going to be busy. You just got to make those things a priority in life. You just got to show up one day and be like, it was $500. I saw it. It doesn't run, but I just bought a school bus. And I go, okay. Now we have this to worry about too. But slowly but surely teach yourself the skills. Or it'll sit in a cornfield and you'll never touch it again. And you'll look out and you'll be like, damn, why did I buy that school bus? But you never know until you try. So, all right. Have a good weekend, everybody. I'm going to go into the cottage this weekend, taking it off, enjoying the lake. See you in a week. See you on Monday. See you on Monday. See you in a week, Bulk Bogan. Thanks for watching, Luna. Thanks, Mr. Seeker. Have a good weekend, everybody. See you Monday. Bye.